Hello guys, welcome to Gustav's programming tutorial where we learn about everything programming. In today's lesson, we will be looking at methods in Java, what they are, how to construct them, and how to call them. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to this channel and click on the notification icon to get notified for more videos from this channel. Now, what is a method? A method is a module in a program that contains a series of statements that perform a task. We have already encountered the use of methods in our codes. Yes, the main method. We have seen that it contains a series of statements that performs a task. As we know, the main method executes first and automatically. In this tutorial, we will create methods outside of the main method that will be executed by the main method. Some of these methods that are already created and we've used are the print line, print, and the scanner class method. The position of these methods does not matter. It can either be placed before the main method or after the main method, but inside the class blocks. You may ask, why the use of methods? A method is easily reusable. After you create a method, you can use it in any application that needs the statements of your method. Now, let's look at how to construct a method. Every method must include the following two parts. 1. A method header. A method's header provides information about how other methods can interact with it. A method header is also called a method's declaration. The second part, a method's body. The method body contains the statements that carry out the work of the method. It is always placed between a pair of curly braces. A method's body is called its implementation. Technically, a method is not required to contain any statements in its body, but you usually would have no reason to create an empty method in a class. Then again, while developing a program, the programmer creates an empty method as a placeholder and later fills in the implementation. An empty method is called a stub. Now, the method header. The method header is the first line of a method and it contains the following. 1. An optional access specifier. 2. A return type. 3. An identifier. And 4. A parenthesis. The access specifiers. As the name suggests, they give the level of access of a method. There are 4 access specifiers in a method in Java. They are public, private, protected, or if left unspecified, packaged by default. Most often, methods are given public access, which means that any other class can use it, and not just the class in which the method was created. We will look at the other specifiers in later lessons. Now, any method that is used without instantiating an object requires the keyword modifier static, just like the main method. It is a must for the main method to use a static modifier, but other methods can use it too. So, simply, when we create methods in the same class as the main method, and these methods are to be executed in the main method, we must add the keyword modifier static to it. We can write methods without the static modifier as well. We will look at non-static methods later in future lessons. Return type. A method's return type describes the type of data the method sends back to the method that is executing it. The return type can be of any type, int, double, string, etc. Now, not all methods return a value to their calling method. A method that returns no data has a return type of void. The main method in an application must have a return type of void. We will deal with methods of type void in lesson and look at other return types in a future lesson. Method name. A method's name can be any legal identifier, like identifiers for classes and variables. A method's identifier must be one word with no embedded spaces and cannot be a Java keyword. You have a lot of options in naming other methods that you create. Because methods perform an action, their names frequently contain a verb, such as print, compute, or display. Parentheses. Every method header contains a set of parentheses that follow the identifier. The parentheses might contain data to be sent to the method. For example, when you write a main method in a class, the parentheses in its header surround the string array argument. Some methods require no outside data, so its parentheses are empty. In future lessons, we will see several methods that accept data. Now, since we have everything we need, let's write our first method. So, let's say we want to display our New Year's resolution. So let's give a heading. So inside main, we type our output statement, my New Year's resolution. On the next line, another output statement. Then let's put in dashes. Now, for our method, outside the braces of the main method, we type our access specifier, public, then the modifier, static, the return type, void. Now, the method name. Because we want to display New Year's resolution, we can type display New Year's resolution, parenthesis, and then our curly braces. Between the braces of the method, our first output statement, gain more subscribers in 2021. For our second, gain more views in 2021. Then our third, gain more watch hours in 2021. Okay, our method is looking good. Now let's look at how to actually have it displayed on screen. Method call. Now, after writing the method, we need to execute it. To do that, we invoke or call it. To call a method in main, all you need to do is write its name with the parentheses along with any data it accepts, if any. Now let's make our method call. And in main, we type display New Year's resolution, semicolon. Now, the full name of our display New Year's resolution method is methods intro dot display New Year's resolution, which includes the class name methods intro, a dot, and the method name. This is known as a fully qualified identifier. When you use a method within its own class, although you do not need to use the fully qualified name. The simple method name alone will do. Let's run the program. In our output window, we get our New Year's resolution displayed. Now let's try the fully qualified name. So we add methods intro dot to our method call and then run it. And we get the same output, so it works. We will stick to the method name alone only. So let's revert this back. Now, the order in which methods appear in a class has no bearing on the order in which the methods are called. The order in which you call methods is what makes a difference in how an application executes. For example, let's create another method before our main method. Call it display name, and in it our output statement. Hello, I'm Gustav. Let's make a call to it after the call to the display New Year's resolution method. Now let's run this. And as shown, the resolution is displayed before the name. Now let's cut the display name method call and place it before the display New Year resolution method, and then run it. And this time the name is displayed before the resolution, so our point earlier has been proven. Now if you want to use a method in another class, the compiler does not recognize the method unless you use the full name. So to demonstrate, let's create a new class and name it trial full method name. Now for our main method, let's use a shortcut. So type psvm and press enter, and our main method is created. Love IntelliJ. Now let's try calling the display New Year resolution method in here by typing just that. So display New Year's resolution. We have these red lines indicating error, but let's continue and run it. We get an error message. So let's use the fully qualified name. So we add methods intro dot to this, and now let's run it. And there we have it, the New Year's resolution displayed from another class. So as we saw, methods are a great way to reduce lines of code, and they make reuse of code a delight. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will continue in our next lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Love you all. Bye.